Peace. What I want to talk about today is, and there's going to be a video that's going to come on after this with Tommy Davidson on the Breakfast Club. I really enjoyed that interview. But the point I want to talk about is, listen, man, the difficult things that we've experienced in life, whatever we've experienced prior to this day right now, be it good or bad, it all is for our preparation, especially if we handle it right. A lot of times we look at stuff that we've experienced in our life and we hate it, right? Not the good stuff, but the bad stuff in particular. But we have to understand it's all for our preparation. And we have to rise above emotion, as the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches in one of his self-improvement study guides, and into the thinking of God. That means that whatever you've experienced that was painful, in particular, the painful things, because the good stuff we talk about it, we celebrate it, right? But looking at painful, disappointing, unfortunate experience and ask yourself, what's the lesson in it for me? How is this intended to get me to the next level and to grow? Because listen to me, everything happens for a reason. And I'll share this brief story with you. There was an African king who had an assistant, and his assistant just had this spirit of, no matter what would happen, good or bad, glory be to God, everything happens for a reason. No matter what happened, this man will always say that, glory be to God, nothing happens for a reason, right? Everything happens for a reason. Let me say that. So one day they went out hunting, and it was the assistant's responsibility to properly prepare the hunting gear. He played around, wasn't focused. And when the king got ready to get the weapon and he fired it, it blew off his thumb. So you can imagine this man is upset, blood is all over, and he immediately realized that his assistant did not do the necessary work to prepare the weapon. So when he was screaming and freaking out, the assistant looked at him and said, don't worry about it, king. Glory be to God. Everything happens for a reason. So the king ain't trying to hear that. So the king gives the order, sends the dude to jail, his assistant. While they're walking him to jail, the assistant is like, he's happy. The people are like, yo, man, you about to go to jail. He said, man, glory be to God. Everything happens for a reason. Years pass, he's in jail. The king heals. King goes on this trip. His caravan gets attacked. It gets attacked by a group of people who are cannibals. They eat other human beings. So they kill and eat the other people who are part of the caravan. But then when they got to the king, they were about to kill him, but they stopped. Then they got into a huddle. He could tell that they were talking about something. They came back, they let him go, and he ran. But it was on his mind like, yo, how come they let me go? When he got back, he talked to somebody who was familiar with these people in this region, and he said, king, the reason why they let you go is because a part of their religious belief is that they don't eat anything that's missing a limb, right? They feel like there's superstition, something is wrong with it. And he immediately thought about what his assistant told him. Everything happens for a reason, glory be to God, right? So he went to go get him out of prison. He was apologized, said, man, you're right. Everything happens for a reason. And so while he was apologizing to the assistant said, no, king, no, you don't have to apologize. I need to thank you. So by this time, the king was like, yo, why you need to thank me? He said, think about it, king. If you would have not lost your thumb, or first of all, if I would have not handled my business and did what I was supposed to do with the weapons, you would have not lost your thumb. And if you would have not lost your thumb and not put me in jail, I would have been with you, right? Or he said, if you would have not put me in jail, I would have been with you. And so that means they would have let you go and they would have ate me. Everything happens for a reason. We have to mature, have the courage, be able to look through this experience and handle the pain and see what's the reason why I experienced this, why this is in my life. What's the lesson? How is this meant to grow me to the next level? And that's what we actually have to do. And I want you to watch this video about Tommy Davidson. Charlamagne asked him about an experience in his life where Jamie Foxx, on some skit, Jamie Foxx pulled the man's underwear down. And Tommy Davidson felt the type of way. But that skit was one of the most popular skits that Tommy Davidson had ever participated in on Living Color. And it propelled his career. And he's saying in his clip that if that would have not happened, then I would not be where I am today. Everything happens for a reason. This is your brother. Leave your comments, subscribe. I'm trying to build my social media. and be able to have more reach of the people. So if you can share this, encourage other people to watch it, I would greatly appreciate that.
Yeah. You know, and I know. You know that because I thank him for that actually, because hadn't it been for that sketch, that's one of the best sketches in Living Color.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's just like a relationship with a girl that you had. She break your heart to death. Ain't nothing worse than a heartbreak. You can't. Every song you hear is about her. Everything you breathe is like hurts. You know what I'm saying? But when that hurt leaves, then you look at what's next, and you say, man, if that didn't happen, that wouldn't happen. If this stuff didn't happen, I wouldn't be here in the state that I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the last day I have until tomorrow. That incident that we just